As 2024 inches closer, many ambitious entrepreneurs contemplate launching innovative businesses in the coming year. One such industry that offers ample potential is the private investigations or the PI sector. But the question is, should you contemplate starting a private investigations business in 2024? First, let's look at the pros of starting a private investigations business. Growth potential is huge right now for anyone in the PI industry. I recently read that the PI business is projected to grow in the future due to increasing demands in corporate investigations, personal cases, cyber crimes, and more. This means those getting into the PI business in 2024 have more room to wiggle into the market, not only because there is growth potential for them, but also because all the other PI businesses will also be seeing growth in their business. And as the competition gets busier, it is easier to pick up some of that business that they can't handle, the clients they drop, or to even get in on the ground level as a subcontractor. This video is sponsored by OREP Insurance and Working PI Magazine. OREP is a leading provider of private investigator liability insurance. Visit orep.org for a quote today. Another huge benefit to starting up a PI business is, of course, financial independence. Like any business, a successful PI firm offers the potential for financial independence. The revenue you generate is a direct result of your efforts. Yes, it takes time. Yes, it takes effort. And yes, it is challenging. But having financial independence is one of the main reasons most PIs do what they do. Are you going to become a millionaire overnight as a PI? Doubtful. But with some hard work and determination, you can become financially independent, to be sure. Then there is the adventure and excitement of being a PI. Private investigations often involve varied and exciting cases, making the job far from dull. And from those who enjoy problem solving and detective work, this industry can be quite stimulating, but don't go into it assuming every day is 100 miles per hour nonstop excitement. There is a lot of office work to do, answering the phone, writing reports, and not so exciting stuff that must be done daily along with the excitement of the chase. One thing I love most about my PI business is the flexibility it affords me. As a private investigator, you can work on a schedule that suits you best, offering a work-life balance many other professionals lack. Yes, you will get cases that have certain requirements as to when you have to work, but for the most part, you get to decide when and what you do. If you're going to do surveillance, you should prepare for a lot of early morning start times. But those early morning start times often lead to early afternoon end times, leaving the bulk of the day to do whatever else you decided to do. Surveillance can also lead to later afternoon or evening start times if you are going to work a lot of domestic cases, but those leave your mornings and early afternoons to schedule whatever you want in those hours. If you're doing a lot of legal investigations, backgrounds, locates, things like that, then your hours may be more in the regular 9 to 5 range. While this may not seem flexible to some, others may desire this type of work schedule. And desk work can often be done in parts and pieces, so you can work a few hours here, take a break for a few hours, then do some more work there. I encourage everyone to stick to the task at hand, though, and get it done with as few interruptions as possible to maintain consistency and efficiency. Flexibility is not only in the hours you work, but also in the types of cases you can take and the fees you can charge. On the flip side, there is licensing, training, and other legalities to starting up a new PI business. To start a PI business, you must obtain a PI license in most states, and this is not always easy either. Often, you will need to do some training, take some tests, and there could be some specific experiences that are required to get licensed. And there is a cost to licensing and meeting all those licensing requirements. There are costs to training, taking the test, getting insured, bonded, and other things to consider. And of course, the cost for the startup business operational needs for things such as computers, laptops, cell phones, websites, software, advertising, cameras, vehicles, and the list goes on. All of this is not only costly, but it is time consuming as well. And the time you spend in the business startup phase is not billable hours. You aren't making money while you are doing all of this. Which leads us to the fact that income is uncertain to be sure in the PI world. Yes, I know I said financial independence was a plus, but you have to keep in mind that in this crazy world as a PI, business is oftentimes feast or famine. Creating a stable client base and consistent income stream can often take considerable time. In fact, for most PIs, it takes 3 to 5 years before they start to see real stability when it comes to financial independence. I know many PIs, and I was one of them, that had to have a real job during those startup years to help make ends meet. It's not like you get a license, make a website, and the phone just starts ringing. You have to do a lot of business planning, prep, and work just to get operational. Then you need to learn how to market your business, sell your services, do the accounting, and all of that other fun stuff. And that is not very exciting stuff to do. And that business work usually takes up 50% or more of your time as a PI. Not everything is exciting and billable, to be sure. Starting any legal services business is risky by nature, too. Not only are there financial risks, but there are plenty of dangerous situations you could also find yourself in. Don't get me wrong, it's not so dangerous like shootouts in the alley and stuff like that, but you will run into situations that are more dangerous than the average job. If you do surveillance, well, you will be driving a lot all of the time. And we all know the more you drive, the more apt you are to get into accidents or get tickets. There is also the risk of getting burned while on surveillance by your subject, neighbors, or others, and this can oftentimes lead to some uncomfortable situations and confrontations. And there can definitely be an emotional toll that takes place on a private investigator. Working on sensitive cases such as infidelity, custody battles, assault, domestic violence, missing persons can have significant emotional tolls, to be sure. It is easy to get dragged into the drama of the case in your head. You have to make sure you are strong enough to take this and able to keep yourself separated from the case. I do criminal defense investigations, but I learned early on that it really got to me when those criminal defense cases involved children. I had to take a step back and decide exactly what types of cases I would take and which ones I would not. Did it affect my bottom line? Maybe. But it also helped me from the emotional standpoint more. So it allowed me to be a better investigator and freed up time to take on other cases I was more willing to do. So what does it take to start a private investigations business anyway? First is education. Gaining a solid understanding of areas like criminal justice can help. As well, having a full understanding of the laws, regulations, and legalities of your state PI licensing is a must. Requirements for getting a PI license vary by state. You must ensure you meet these requirements, pass the exams, and apply for a PI license. Also, if you are crossing state lines during an investigation, you will most likely need a license in the other state too. And some cities have local PI licensing, so this may come into play as well. You will most likely need a business license with your city, state, or county, or other local government body. Business planning is a must, and this includes determining your niche market, creating a strong business plan, and identifying your target clientele. I have several videos on the channel regarding business planning for you to view. Along with your PI and business license, insurance is needed. Your licensing may require insurance and bonding. But even if the license doesn't, or you don't need a license, you should get insurance to protect yourself and your personal assets. You also need to develop a strong network, establish connections with lawyers, corporations, and other potential clients, and join your state PI association. Then there is marketing, which often starts with a well-made and maintained website. You must develop a professional website and leverage various marketing strategies to succeed. SEO, search engine optimization, is a must in today's day and age. The big question is starting a PI business right for you? First, let me say that starting a PI business is not a decision to be taken lightly. It's crucial to consider the pros and cons to assess if you possess the requisite skills and patience to navigate the unpredictable world of private investigations. You should evaluate your interest in the PI field and weigh it against your ability to handle the complexities of the investigations. Also, review your ability to withstand inconsistent income and other potentially high-stress situations, and make sure you weigh these against the potential rewards and pitfalls. Now, if you want to know more about being a private investigator, then check out this video.